Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this. Oh my gosh. Welcome to this Halloween edition of Going On
Getting all
Daily.
choked up.
I'm like prepared the whole intro, and then as soon as it comes on, I need to cough. Anyways, I'm your host, Becky, and I am here with Captain Ron. Good morning. We are matching.
Yeah, sort of. I don't have the costume, although it's a little scarier.
You can't really tell, but I am Winnie the Pooh. I have my little Winnie the Pooh bag here. I'm wearing
That
it.
is
Can't really tell.
awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna go to a
That's
Halloween
awesome.
party, and I don't know. I'm like a wholesome kind of girl. I don't like scary stuff. So I was like, I'm going as Winnie the Pooh. And then I was like, why am I even going to a Halloween party? I don't even want to go. So I bought all this stuff for nothing, which is just as well because I figured all the girls were going to dress kind of
Yeah,
skanky as they do on Halloween, and I am not.
do you get people to go to your house and go
Oh,
trick or
yes.
treating?
Definitely. But I don't give out candy like we have in the past, but it's just too much with all the dogs. And I live in a split level. So, like, there's the front door and then there's stairs up and stairs down. So, it's not like there's anywhere for me to hang out waiting for kids.
See, now
And
you
then,
should
my
dress
dog.
your dog as Cujo.
Oh my God. Well, he'll act like Cujo, freaking out every time the doorbell rings. So it's just easier if we just keep the lights turned off and
Yeah.
that's that. We're not even going to be home tonight. My husband's buying a new truck, so we're going to be negotiating that this evening. So fun for
Mm-mm.
us. Yeah.
Got a new toy.
Yeah. Well, both of our vehicles, sorry, broke down within a week or two of each other. Did I tell
Oh
you
my
that?
gosh.
Yeah, and so we've been driving one vehicle. I mean, I don't really go anywhere, so I haven't really needed it. But yeah, it's been one vehicle for the last month. So that's been fun. It's like, do you need the car? Yeah, I do. Oh crap, I also need it. So I've been relying on everyone for rides, and I'm not enjoying that.
No, no, no. I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, I don't know, like I've had a car since I was 16, 17. So now to be driving one and sharing it,
What was your first car?
oh, Jackbird is what I named it. Ford 1984 Ford LTD. It was
Oh, snap.
a beater, an absolute beater, and I was so embarrassed to drive it because it was already 20 years old then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was super embarrassed to drive it. And then I got a Cavalier, as every 18-year-old girl does. So I bought myself a Cavalier, and then Ford Fusion, Ford Edge, Ford Escape, and
Holy Ford
yeah.
Batman.
Well, my dad works for Ford. Um, yeah.
Ah,
But I bought a
ah.
Kia, and I remember growing up, he always said, "If you buy a Kia, I'll disown you." And then this time I showed up with a Kia, and he was like, "But it is what it is." He's
Yeah.
retiring soon. The loyalty is ending. So,
Oh, then he can do whatever he wants. He can drive anything.
yeah, exactly.
He's still gonna
Exactly.
get Fords. You know that,
I
right?
don't think so. He's been put off a lot lately. He was supposed to retire last year and there was an incident and he's still working, for another
Oh,
whatever year and a half. So he's just like at this point, it's like I'm waiting for one incident for him to just go
so we'll
postal.
hear all the stories after he retires.
All the drama. Oh yeah, he hates it. But that's okay. I'm not bashing Ford. Ford has many billions of dollars and I have no dollars, so I can't talk bad about them or else they'll sue me. So
I
anyways,
guess.
that's what I'm learning. My dad said there's no sense even taking a company like Ford to court or for a lawsuit because they'll destroy you. Like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. And this is how big business continues to be big business. Well, the little guy goes by the
The little
wayside.
guy gets stepped on.
Yes, they do. But oh well. Anyways, check us out on Facebook at RI Broadcasting or just type in Rhode Island Broadcasting into the search bar. Twitch fans, we love you. RI_broadcasting. Continue to watch us there. And of course on YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting, where you can catch us live almost every day at this point. A couple days here and there we don't do it, with sickness and whatever. But yeah, you can check us out most weekdays and Saturdays on these platforms. Also, join our Patreon, support the show, get yourself a mug, stickers, whatever. And that's at RI Broadcasting. So today is going to be a good
Yeah,
show.
I want to give away some pins
Oh,
today. Like,
pins.
some going on daily pins. I would
Well,
love to
listen,
give
if
some
there's
away.
anyone in the comments today, let us know and you'll get a pin.
There we go. See? I like
Yeah, easy. Okay, you start us
that.
off.
Get these people talking.
Get those people talking. Yeah. Start us off. We have a celebrity death.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, I mean, it was like it came out of left field for me because I
Oh.
didn't, it's like you don't realize how many movies and stuff that people have
Mhm.
been in, but we
Mhm.
learned Tuesday that Terry Garr passed away. She was
Mm.
79 years old,
Oh.
and she died, I guess, through complications of multiple sclerosis.
Oh, geez.
So I guess the past few years, she's been struggling with her health, and she lost that battle on Tuesday, and that
Oh,
was
terrible.
that was big. And it's like you don't even realize like the movies that she's been in, and
Mhm.
it's
What?
like, I mean, first of all, like Mr. Mom,
Mhm.
like that was one of my favorite Michael Keaton movies.
I
You
love Michael
know,
Keaton.
I mean, and then you think, "Oh my god, she was in Young Frankenstein. She
Hmm.
was in Close Encounters of the Third Kind with Richard Dreyfuss. Tootsie, she actually got
Oh,
nominated
really?
for an award with Tootsie.
No way.
And,
Tootsie would
I
never
mean,
get nominated for awards now. Never.
no, no, no. No, it would not.
It's
It
ahead
would
of its
not.
time.
Yeah, the Black Stallion she was in. She was in Oh God with what the heck is his name? I can't even think of his name.
God.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he was old as God. Um, the Sting. I mean, she was in Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, was she? As what?
Yes, Dumb and Dumber. So, I mean, there's countless movies, and not to mention, she was in 6 Elvis movies. 6.
Wow. Huge
She
fan,
played
I
a
guess.
dancer in most of those. I
Yeah,
mean, that
okay.
was, like, very early in her
Early in the
career.
day.
Playing, like a dancer in, like, some of the scenes and stuff like that, and, so it was, like, Fun in Acapulco, Kissin' Cousins, which probably wouldn't be a movie today, Viva Las Vegas, Roustabout, Girl Happy, and Clambake, all Elvis movies. Can you
Oh,
believe
I
that's
thought you
so
meant
many?
movies about Elvis. No, movies with Elvis.
With
And I was
Elvis.
like, how many movies about Elvis did they make? Good Lord.
Oh my
That makes
god,
more sense. Well, I mean a lot, but
he
she
had
just
a
happens
lot.
to be in all of them.
And yeah, she played like a waitress or,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever it may be.
Good for
So,
her.
but
I saw
rest in
that
peace, Terry Garr.
she played Phoebe Buffay's mom on Friends.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And all the celebrities were coming out, including Lisa Kudrow.
Mm.
I mean, calling her a legend and everything,
Oh,
like Letterman, everybody. Even like the monkeys. She was in a movie with the monkeys.
like, hey, hey, we're the monkeys. That
Yeah.
group. Okay.
Yeah. So like they were all coming out to Michael Keaton, Mel Brooks. I mean, the list goes on and on
Wow.
and on.
Well, that's tragic. And 79 is
It
really
is.
not that old. When
Yeah.
people are living to the 90s, like 79 is pretty young. So
Yeah.
that's too bad.
Yeah.
It's like, well, way to
Yep.
start the show
I
off
guess
on
uh
that
I guess an
downer.
80s icon kind of, I
Hmm.
mean with Mr. Mom and Spaceballs. I believe was she in Spaceballs?
Well,
She might not have
apparently
been.
you thought I was in Spaceballs too. You thought my
I did.
costume
I
was
did.
John
Yeah.
Candy and
Yeah.
not.
I actually thought that. Yeah. And because I know what's coming up later on today, and that's why I really
Oh,
thought
yeah,
when I
that
first
makes sense.
looked, it's like, oh my god, John Candy.
I know I've put on a lot of weight, but no, I'm just kidding.
No, that's
No,
not
I'm
what I
just kidding.
was
I'm just
saying.
kidding.
Eh.
Hilarious. Yeah, no, I'm Winnie the
Oh.
Pooh. It makes more sense when you see the yellow,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but
Winnie the
you
Pooh,
can't see. Yeah, Winnie the
second
Pooh.
best bear.
Who's the first? Paddington?
Yogi.
Rupert?
No, Yogi.
Yogi Bear. Okay.
Well,
That's like
maybe I guess Winnie the Pooh would be third best because Boo Boo is number 2.
I did not like Yogi.
Oh, I love Yogi Bear.
No. Okay, well, you started the show off on a real downer, so let me
Yes.
continue that momentum.
Yeah, so
Uh,
I mean, why not? I didn't even get to put up the graphics
Oh yeah,
for
let's see her.
God. So let me do
Let's
that
see her.
first, so that way we can see, in case somebody doesn't recognize her. And
Right.
now the picture's there, and you know,
Now you know.
so there she is. So
Terrible. Terrible loss. Our hearts go out to her family and
it is.
friends.
It is.
Okay, let's go into the strange and mysterious death of Houdini. That is a terrifying picture. Wow.
I
I
know.
actually had no
That's
idea
why I
what he
got
looked
it.
like.
It's
Uh,
Halloween. You have to have
well,
a horror show, right?
yeah. So I looked into different events that have happened over the years on Halloween, and it said that Houdini died on Halloween. And I thought this is perfect because the events leading up to his death or surrounding his death are a mystery. So I
Hmm.
do have a whole thing written out. I'm gonna try to whiz through it, but I guess this all
Nice. Okay.
started October 11th, so 20 days prior to his death, 1926. He was shackled into some contraption that he did. You know, he's a magician for
Hmm.
anyone who doesn't know, called the Chinese water torture cell in New York, in Albany, New York. And a piece of the machine struck him in the leg and it shattered it, or it gave him like a good sized fracture in his ankle. He hobbled away, but he continued the show. And of course, like against doctor's orders, he continued to do his tour, which brought
Yep.
him eventually up to Montreal, McGill University, just a few days later on October 22nd. So at this point, he's already had an injury for 10 ish days. Still hobbling around, still performing. The show must go on, right? That early
Yeah.
20s
Yep.
mentality. But he did a show and a lecture at McGill, and he invited some students of the university to come back to his dressing room at the Princess Theater. He was still sore, so he was like, I'm just going to sit down and hang out, whatever. So there was a student there named J. Gordon Whitehead, and he asked Houdini if the rumors were true that Houdini could resist hard punches to the abdomen. That seems like a really weird rumor to go around because I don't like who can handle a hard punch to the abdomen. I don't know. I guess the magician had made the claim himself. He had spread that rumor. So, he was like, yeah, I can resist a hard punch. Well, then this guy, what's his name? J. Gordon Whitehead,
Yeah.
decides to just out of nowhere punch the crap out of him in the stomach. 4 or 5 blows, it says, terribly forcible blows, right to his stomach. So Houdini was still on the couch. He wasn't even standing up to like flex his abs or anything. He was still reclined on the couch when this has happened. So he didn't prepare for it. So he was left completely open to it. That's going to cause damage. You know what's in your stomach area? Organs, vital ones.
Yeah.
So, he was obviously in a ton of pain, but being the showman that he was, he brushed it off. And went about his day. But later on that night, he started complaining of cramps and stomach pain. It got worse the next day. He went on a train overnight to Detroit for a new tour stop that he was going to, and he started just hurting. Severe abdominal pain, cold sweats, fatigue, 104 fever. So the doctors were like, "Hey, we think you have appendicitis, and probably if you hit it correctly, it's probably going to explode." I'm guessing. I'm not a doctor. They instructed him to go to the hospital, of course, but no, did he? No, he had to get
No.
on the show for his opening night at the Garrick Theater in Detroit. He
Yep.
proceeded to struggle all the way through the show before collapsing immediately after the curtain call or the final curtain. So that
Wow.
show obviously was his last. And again, that was October 23rd, I believe. The same night he was taken to the Detroit hospital, probably against his will, or maybe he was passed out at this point. Prep for surgery. The doctors removed his appendix, and I can't even imagine what surgery would have been like in 1926. Probably like, here, have a
Not a
shot of
good one.
whiskey, and I'm gonna get my saw, and here's the cocaine. So maybe that's what it was. So they did remove his appendix, which they had found out had actually ruptured a few days earlier.
Yeah.
So
Of
it
course.
doesn't say if that was from the blow. It doesn't tell me the timeline here. So it might have blown prior to that, and then the punch just exasperated it. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he had been poisoned by his appendix, as it does. If it ruptures and
Yeah.
isn't dealt with, you are then poisoned. So, for a few more days, he held on to life, but then died on October 31st, right
Oh
on
my
Halloween.
God.
So, of course, the official cause of death was ruled peritonitis caused by ruptured appendix. And they believed that it was the result of him getting hit. But no one actually ever did an autopsy to see if that was legitimate,
Mm,
if that was
mm,
why
mm.
he died. It says that such cases of traumatic appendicitis are very rare. One study found that there was only a couple dozen instances over a 20-year period. But back in 1926, I mean, first of all, you don't have the internet. There's no way of searching it up. You're hearing kind of like anecdotal evidence from, through the grapevine kind of thing. So it was accepted that this was the reason for his death. Houdini's life insurance company even paid out double because it was accidental death. So he was laid to rest November 4th, 1926. Mikey's here. Happy Halloween, Mike, to you. Um, Rumors about his unusual death have persisted ever since. So that's almost 100 years ago. That's 98 years ago. And people are still talking about this mysterious death. It says that he had some links to spiritualism. And when I say links, I mean he was like very anti New Age and spiritualism and things like that. He thought it was a pseudo religion and claimed, who people who claim that they can speak to the dead, seances, mediums, and stuff like that. Since he was a skeptic, he spent most of his fame and his time in the 20s on a mission to debunk spiritualism. So,
Oh,
he was a sleight of hand guy. He was doing magic like that. And I guess he just
yeah.
thought
Known as
these,
an escape artist too, right?
yeah,
Like,
yes. I guess he thought these witches and psychics and whoever else, were frauds, and he wanted to expose them. So I guess this earned him several $1 million worth of lawsuits, and
wow,
$1 million in the 20s. That is
that's
serious.
a lot of money.
Made him a ton of enemies. But at the time of his death, he had showed no signs of letting up on hating on the spiritualists. So people are thinking that there was sort of like a coup put together to kill him, or like a plot to kill him by the people that he was debunking and ruining the careers of.
Yeah,
So
but
isn't that interesting?
it is because now the kid got away with murder, basically.
Yeah, and there's even talk that this J. Gordon Whitehead from McGill University, that student, that he was linked to the spiritualists, and he was like you know, the hired help basically for them.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
who
Because
knows?
that doesn't even sound like it would even come up really in a conversation where he just
Yeah,
gets up and starts punching him.
like, oh
Eh,
hey,
who does that?
yeah, you can take a lot of blows to the stomach and you're laying there, sore because you just had a show and your leg is broken or whatever, and just start beating the guy in the stomach. Like, it
That
seems
is
weird, right?
insane.
Yeah, it seems
That's
weird.
insane.
Yeah. So, like I said, there was no autopsy, and people have been wondering for years if his death was actually caused by appendicitis. Said if someone were hell bent on poisoning Houdini, it wouldn't have been that difficult. So,
He wasn't that
who
old
knows?
either.
No, I didn't look to see how old he was, but you're
Let
right,
me say, what
not
does it say
very.
on there? 1874?
Okay,
So he
so
was like
did
52?
52, yeah. I mean, like, you're not going to punch a 52-year-old in this. I mean, you're not going to punch anyone in the stomach without them being able to defend themselves, but it's not like, I don't know, punching a 25-year-old in the stomach. I think it'd be a little bit different at
That's
52.
a
Maybe I'm wrong.
bizarre story. It's a
It is a
bizarre
bizarre
story.
story, and I thought that kind of falls into this like Halloween spookiness. Also,
Yeah.
dude's face is so spooky, so
Yes, it
that
is.
that more so. Yeah, that is the mysterious death
It's
of
like
Houdini.
you
I had
look at
no
the
idea.
picture and his eyes kind of follow
Yeah,
you,
they're
you
dead.
know?
They're dead eyes for sure. I don't like it. He's like one of those old paintings in a haunted mansion.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I don't like it. Anyways, fun
Mike could
facts.
take it, punch away.
I could take it punch away. You could not. If you were laying down on a couch, Mike, and someone came up and just started wailing on you, no way. Yeah, well. So it looks like you and I both have some facts, fun facts today. So
Yes,
hopefully ours
yes.
don't overlap. So let's hear what you got.
Well, mine is the movie
Right, right, right.
Halloween. I had to finish off, my fun
Yes.
facts of,
Series.
all
Yeah.
these horror movies and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And so we've done a lot of them.
Yeah, you
Of
have.
course, can't do all of them.
No.
I mean, I'd have to do like 2 every day to get all
Right.
these horror movies.
Yeah.
But we saved Halloween for the last day of the month.
Of course.
So I get all the fun facts on Halloween, the franchise.
Right.
Um, it took less than 2 weeks to write the script for Halloween,
Oh, really? The original.
the original. Less than
Cool.
2 weeks. Not a lot of thought, I guess, right?
Well, it was what, the 80s and or
Yeah,
70s or
I
was it
mean, it
early
didn't take
80s?
much. Freddy Krueger
Mhm.
worked on the set. So
Oh,
Robert
really?
Englund was an assistant to John Carpenter,
No
and
way.
he was in charge of scattering the leaves on the set.
Cute.
Scattering the leaves.
And
That was
that
Robert Englund.
jumped him into superstardom.
Right. How about that? Tony Moran got paid $250 to play Michael Myers for the day.
Oh,
He
geez.
played Michael Myers when he was unmasked.
Oh,
So it
okay.
was only one day that he got paid to do Michael Myers.
Interesting. Yeah.
Um, with
Let's
the
see who that is.
mask, it was Nick Castle that played
Nick
the
Castle. Okay.
Shape, is what they call it, which is weird. I never knew that they called Michael Myers the Shape when he had his
The
mask.
Shape? Oh,
The Shape, yeah,
weird.
isn't it? I didn't realize. I thought it was just Michael Myers.
Michael Myers. To be honest, I've never seen any of the Halloweens. Because why would I?
Uh, I've seen a lot of them. Like the first two are good.
Mhm.
The last one was the worst. It was the absolute worst.
Well, we know how you feel
Worst.
about sequels, so
Yeah. All right. So, stuntman Dick Warlock was
Warlock?
cast as yeah, yeah, or
Interesting.
Warlock, but yeah, whatever his name is. I might have misspelled it, so who knows? But he was cast as the Shape
Mhm.
by donning the mask and walking into the office and just standing there staring at
Ew.
the director Rosenthal,
Yuck.
just staring at him, and he's asking all kinds of questions. Who are you? Blah blah blah. And never said a word. Never said a word.
Mm-mm.
And he ended up getting the job because of that.
Terrifying.
I don't
Does
even know if he was serious. I don't think he was trying to audition for it. I think he was
just
just
playing around.
trying to scare him.
Does Michael Myers
So,
talk in the movie?
uh, no,
Oh, he doesn't. Okay.
I don't think so.
We've got a big movie poster of Halloween in my basement, but like I've never seen it. I would never watch that. Terrifying.
Michael Myers' mask is an altered Captain Kirk
Mhm.
mask.
I've heard that.
Ooh, I did not know that. See, even Mike's bringing the fun facts, right? Jamie Lee Curtis
Mhm.
had a secret cameo in Halloween 3.
Mm, really?
She was the telephone operator,
Oh,
so
no
you
way.
only heard her voice.
Interesting. But she was like the main girl in the first one, hey?
Yeah, the first, I
First
think the
two?
second one too, as well, right?
Okay. And she was in that
And then the
later one
last
too.
one,
Yeah.
which were
He just
horrible.
shakes his head.
London Bridge is Falling Down was used in a Halloween three's Silver Shamrock commercial
Oh.
because it was free. You didn't have to
Oh.
pay for it. That's why they used that song.
Oh. Interesting.
Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers was Paul Rudd's first starring role. Paul
Paul
Rudd.
Rudd was in it. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it. I had to go back and watch the video,
He
and it's
must have
like,
been a
yeah, he was
kid.
young.
He
He
was just
was
a
young,
boy.
but you can still see the Paul Ruddness,
Oh,
right?
of course.
The Paul Ruddness,
The
as if it's
redness.
an actual,
Yeah, it's a
thing.
verb. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here's the last one that I got
Mhm.
that is gonna blow your mind. It's
Can't
gonna
wait.
blow your mind.
Blow my ears off.
Danielle Harris was to come back for Halloween Curse of Michael Myers, right?
Mhm.
Um, she was to play a teenage Jamie Lloyd that was young in
Mhm.
the previous movie.
Mhm.
She was a child, but the production company didn't want to be hassled by the labor laws,
Oh, really?
so they had her get emancipated from her parents so
Wow.
that way she could work as many hours as they want. She was 17 years old, by the way.
That's twisted.
Um, so she got emancipated from her parents, and then they turned around and only offered her $1,000 for the role, which is less than what it cost to get emancipated.
Oh my gosh.
And she paid out of pocket.
And did it, take her c
And she
celebrity
ended up turning
status
the
up?
role down. She
Oh, yeah,
turned
I
the
would
role
hope so.
down, and JC Brandy got the part.
Okay. Wow, that is $1,000? That's rude.
That is awful.
That is
That's
so
awful.
awful. Wow.
Awful.
Well, I'm glad
So,
she turned it
good
down. I'm
job,
glad she had the
production company,
smarts.
right?
Yeah, and I can't believe them like, needing her to be emancipated to do it. Like, pick an 18-year-old to do it,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
I
know?
don't I believe that's why they have the other girl doing it rather than the one that should have been doing it.
Yeah, right.
When you
I wonder if
look,
that girl was of age at
that's
the
just
time.
crazy. And knowing Hollywood, there was probably other reasons.
Yes, right. Diddy's just there in the background. Bill Cosby. Where's where's Kenny today to yell at me for saying Bill Cosby?
Oh, yeah, he wasn't happy about
Does
that
he love
yesterday,
Bill
huh?
Cosby? Is that why? Is it like a
I
too
think it
soon
was a
kind of
big part
moment
of his
for him?
childhood
Well, of course, all of our
because the
childhood.
Fat Albert show,
Yes,
I used to watch that.
for sure. Everyone loved Bill Cosby. However, he's a freak.
Yes, it doesn't
So
change what he did.
he's been in jail for like 10 years. Like, I think it's time, Kenny. We're allowed to come to terms with it.
He's gonna die soon anyway, so.
Way to add to this Halloween. Yeah, right. Just devil horns immediately growing out of
See,
your head.
again, I'm not gonna get a Christmas card from Bill Cosby this year. That's terrible.
Darn. Were you other years?
No, not really, but
No.
I've lost a lot of Christmas cards this year. We'll just say that.
Have you? You've reached
Yeah.
that age where you're officially just like pissing everybody off. You don't care anymore. You're
Yeah, but
mad and everyone's
it's
going to
not
know it.
good people.
Right.
It's not good people,
Yeah, no.
so I don't care if I lose a Christmas card to these scumbags like Diddy and Cosby and, several others that I
All
will
of them.
leave. Yeah, pretty
All
much.
of them in Hollywood and basketball and probably
Oh, a lot of
football
them.
and politics, definitely the White House, definitely
Yeah,
Washington D.C. Okay,
you
listen,
know.
just a side note here. I know that we don't talk politics on the show, but this is a big week for America. And I
Yeah.
am tense because,
It's a
we're
big week for Puerto Rico too,
Puerto
you know?
Rico. Yes.
Did you hear the comments about the comedian that said?
Mm,
Mm,
maybe. Maybe not.
that's for a whole nother episode
Okay,
someday. A
can't wait to
secret
hear it.
episode. We'll have to make a secret. So, look,
The
if you're on
Patreon
Facebook,
episodes where we talk politics, okay? You'll hear all of my views.
yeah, we could do that actually.
We could do that. Yeah.
Like a Patreon.
Listen, on going
Ooh.
on daily, we don't want to offend. That's fine. Everyone is entitled to their political views, their ethical views, their sexual views, whatever. On Patreon, however, if you're paying to hear what we have to say, you're going to hear what we have to say. That's what I think.
Mm. That would be
Think
a
about it.
that would be a
Think
fun
about
show.
it. Yes. It's just me ranting about everyone the entire hour.
Oh my god, I could go on and on.
Yes, as
On and
could
on.
I. Anyway, it's a huge week for the States. And as the States' little sister to the north, or little sibling to the north, we are waiting. The problem with the Canada is that we think we know what's going on down there, but we don't. And so people are like, oh, I hate this candidate. I hate this candidate, whatever. Do you even know? You have no idea. So, everyone up here is very nervous as well.
Oh,
Um,
you don't think people are nervous in this country?
well, here's the thing, people are nervous in your country. Hopefully that gets them out to vote. And I know it sucks when your choices aren't great. I mean, I definitely like one of your candidates. But, to most people, there's some not great candidates there. So it's like you're between a rock and a hard place. So what do you choose, right? But you get to exercise your right to do so. So you might as well.
Right. Yeah.
So don't waste
I
your
mean,
vote.
it is that. Um, I think I think the more important part is who you're electing in your state.
Right.
That's really important.
Is that how it works? See, I'm not entirely sure how the voting
I
process
think that
works.
is because that more directs each individual is what
Hmm.
happens in the state.
Hmm.
Because I mean, basically, the president is the president no matter.
Hmm.
Nothing gets done either way because all of Congress holds it all up
That's right.
anyway.
That's
So
right.
even if somebody wanted to do good, they're not going to get anything done because that's just how it's
Hmm.
designed because of the political parties.
It does seem like each state has more influence than the president, right?
Yeah,
Like, because when we're talking even like abortion laws, that's state to state, right? Marriage laws or gay marriage laws or whatever,
yeah,
state to
that could
state.
change also coming up
I
after this too.
it it will be it will be very interesting, but we
Yeah,
feel it here in Canada for sure. It's kind of
the
like
whole
whatever.
world feels it. I mean, I
Yeah,
mean, to be real, I
that's
mean,
true. Yeah, that's true.
the
You're right.
world feels what happens here,
You are right. You're absolutely right.
and it's going to affect a lot of things. The
Like,
outcome.
let's be honest, the last 4 years have been sort of like America's getting laughed at. That's what I'm going to say. It's been kind of a mess. It's been a hot mess for America the
It's
last four
been
years,
a mess for
40
a
years.
good,
Yeah,
strong decade.
that's true. Let's talk
Strong decade.
George Bush Senior and on. It's been a hot
Yeah.
mess. You're
Yeah.
right. You're
Yeah.
right. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I am watching with my popcorn. I mean, I remember this time 4 years ago, I was stressed because, it was the beginning of COVID. We were all going crazy, watching like, and the outcome was anyway. Anyways, for Patreon, we'll be on there. All right. Fun facts. Halloween. How do you like that transition here?
I do. And you're going to love this. Look at this. Watch this. Boom. Orange.
Cute. Look at that. I love that.
Unfortunately, I would have done this for the whole show, but I didn't think about it until I was doing the graphics for this.
Yeah, that's okay. You got to update that here. It says Mike on it and only on
Yeah,
Tuesdays,
I
Monday,
know.
Tuesday, Thursday.
I'm gonna redo the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, you might as well.
Everything's gonna get redone.
Perfect. Okay, so some Halloween facts, not to be confused with your Halloween facts. In Alabama, wearing a nun or a priest costume for Halloween is illegal.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
so
Yep.
stupid.
It is. Yeah.
What happened to separation of church and state?
I don't know. Alabama's a whole different place. My brother used to live there. It is something else.
That's where Forrest Gump lives.
Hmm. Tom Hanks is
Greensboro, Alabama.
Tom Hanks is also on my list of celebrities I despise. So, you
Oh
know,
no.
I know.
I
Okay, the
hope he's not
first,
on that Diddy list.
he probably is. The first jack o' lanterns were carved from turnips. How cute.
Wait,
Those little
really?
guys.
Little
Yeah.
turnip?
Yeah, I mean, you can get a pretty good sized turnip, but it'd be wet. It'd be a lot wetter, I think, than a.
Could you imagine if like an onion was used?
Oh my gosh. Celebrity Mike Palmer was born in Alabama. Interesting. Were you really? I would never have guessed. Yeah,
Celebrity status. I love
yeah,
that.
right. Celebrity Mike Palmer. The first Halloween movie was filmed within 21 days, as you said. So it's got a couple of overlaps here. Or it says
Yeah, that
filmed,
was
but you
filmed.
said
It was written. This I did the script. It was
right.
written.
Oh, right. It was filmed in 21 days.
That's still pretty damn fast.
That is fast. That's right. Pumpkins classify as a fruit, not a vegetable, probably because
Yes.
it has seeds. I would never have guessed that. Walnut Creek, California prohibits Halloween masks without permits.
Are you serious? So these 6-year-olds have to get a permit
Well,
for
I guess
permit
so
for
for Halloween,
oh, that's
but
just absurd.
but it's California, so guaranteed those kids wore COVID masks for 2 straight years. That was fine. Halloween mask, not fine.
It
I
makes no
digress.
sense.
I digress. Oh, this is a fun fact about the movie Halloween. Originally, it was going to be called Babysitter Murders.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
The Babysitter Murders.
That
Yeah,
was
no.
like Friday the 13th.
What was the
Long
twist
night
again?
at Camp Blood.
Oh, it can't blood. Okay. It's weird.
Come on, what were they thinking?
Yeah, Friday the 13th is way better.
They made two good changes there,
Hmm.
changing those two movies titles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Another movie I haven't seen, but I understand the cultural impact of it. Funny. Finding a spider on Halloween night specifically, is considered good luck.
yeah? For
Yeah.
who?
I I don't know. It wouldn't be here. It's way too cold for that. Spirit Halloween, the store, is one of the most popular stores in all of the United States and probably
Really?
Canada too. They pop up. Do they just pop up everywhere where you are?
Yeah, they just pop up that month.
Yeah, ours pop up early, like August or something. But yeah,
Eh,
they're everywhere. We even have one in my small town now. Well, I don't think it's Spirit Halloween, but it's like a
it's
subsidiary of it.
interesting how they operate their business, huh? I mean, like when you
Totally.
think about it, they have one solid month of great sales
Hmm.
and then non-existent.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good business model. Oh, you work for 2 months of the year? Perfect.
Mike says they have 1,500 locations.
Wow. The thing about their product though, it's not like it's going out of style. Like a clothing store, they bring in a lot and then the styles go out. It's like
Right,
you
they
can
just keep
bring that
them
crap
late for
back
next year.
over. Yeah, you're probably getting like a 10-year-old costume at some point. $1.2
Yeah.
billion dollars a year. Wow, I would never have guessed. This is
Wow.
interesting. The jack-o'-lantern borrows its name from a stingy man named Jack.
A stingy man?
Yeah, I wish they had elaborated on that. I'd like to know who this fellow is, but okay.
Hmm,
The fear of Halloween is called, and of course I'm going to butcher this, Samhainophobia.
okay.
Samhainophobia.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So the fear of Halloween. So that
yeah.
that accounts for like every dog in the United States.
Yes, my dog definitely has Samhainophobia. The word witch comes from the Old English word, I don't even know how to say it, Wicce. I guess that would also be witch or witchy, but that's
Wick?
where they, yeah, or maybe Wick, like Wiccan,
Wicca.
Wicca. Interesting. Weird. Yeah. The world's heaviest pumpkin ever recorded was 2,624 pounds. That is
Jeez.
insane. Yeah. Insane.
That's now that is probably Cinderella's
Yeah. Her coach,
her
her
coach.
carriage, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
In Dublin, Georgia, any type of costume that covers the face is illegal.
Oh my god. This is
Hmm.
that's just absurd. I mean, I
Hmm.
know
I know.
why. I guess it's fear of bank robberies and
For
store
sure.
robberies and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said to my
But
kids. Like, Halloween is
you
such a
know what?
sketch
Don't
time.
open. Don't
Yeah.
open.
Yeah. But I mean, like
I
anyone
mean,
could
if you're
come to
not
your
fearful,
house. You don't know who's under it. It could just be a short grown up. like in a costume coming to your house for
Yeah,
candy, and they, I
yeah.
don't know.
It's like um Kenny said the other day that in New Jersey you have to be what was it, 12 or
Oh, right,
under?
yeah, that's rude.
That's just stupid. Look,
Hmm.
you want to keep kids longer than possible because I mean, let's face it, 12-year-olds now are armed.
Hmm. Yeah, really.
You know what I'm saying? So if
Yeah.
they want to go trick or treating and
Hmm.
act like a kid,
Yeah.
go right ahead.
I've been seeing
Go
lots of
right ahead.
posts online of people saying things like, your kids could be out partying, but instead they're trick or treating. Just let them be kids. Don't give them crap. Or
Yes.
they could be like a really tall 12-year-old or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't give them crap.
It doesn't matter. in in my old neighborhood, there are kids that still go down there because I used to do that for my mom. Used to go
Hmm.
there and hand out the candy because she always
Yeah.
wants to do it, right? So I would go there and do it for her because she wasn't able to do it.
Hmm.
And there were kids that were like clearly, out of high school,
Hmm.
and they were still trick or treating in that area. And I was
Hmm.
like, oh, that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Literally.
come to the
It's,
door with a costume, you're getting candy.
yeah, exactly. Just because you're a teenager means you can't have candy, but little kids can. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Oh,
I,
it didn't
I
matter to me.
I saw a post in our local town group, and it said, "My daughter doesn't party, but she's too old for trick or treating. Like, what can she go do?" And some of the parents said, like, "Hey, does she want to take my kids trick or treating?" Like, and like that, that's a good thing. Like, she gets to be involved, but not involved.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, just let kids be kids. Like my kids are 14 and 12 and they're trick or treating this year. I fully expect people to be like, "You're way too old," but who cares?
Yeah. I have a friend who has a son, and I was like, if you go out trick or treating, I get half. He's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I get half. It's like, what is that, a toll? And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's the Ron toll.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, well, I'll give you my Reese's. And I'm like, no, I want half.
I love when the girls go trick or treating because there I
Exploding the
am
candy.
picking through it. Last year we were in Mexico. I had just finished chemo and we had flown to Cabo. And my kids were sad that they were missing trick or treating. But I mean, they had all the free pina coladas and whatever they want. So it was fine. And there was lots of candy in Mexico. But this year I plan to dive bomb their bags of candy. I can't wait. They're both bringing pillowcases. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you hope, right?
Yeah.
And I wish I was able to do it because I'd still go out there and trick or
Put
treat
on a
if I could.
mask, just not in
Yeah,
Dublin, Georgia or Walnut Creek, California.
yeah, or in
Okay,
New Jersey either.
in New Jersey. No, definitely not New Jersey. Let's see. We got a couple more here. Count Dracula was not the vampire's original name, but it then proceeds to not tell me what the original name was. So this is kind of a crappy fun fact here. And the last one, the world record for fastest pumpkin carving is 16.47 seconds. That's
Yeah,
wild.
but
What did that pumpkin look like?
what are they carving?
Yeah, I could put a circle in it.
I mean, it depends on the carving.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
find a
know.
picture of it and I'm gonna see. But yes, that is
That I'll tell you, just to take all that goop out,
oh, that's a lot of work.
I don't think you can do that in that time. They're
No,
leaving all
exactly.
that crap in, is what they're doing.
Yeah, probably.
So
They're just
anybody
putting
can
a
put
little
the
poke on the front.
triangles in there.
Yeah,
Who cares
exactly.
about that?
16 seconds is
You're
pretty
not
wild
getting all
though.
that goop out of that in 16 seconds.
Yeah,
Hate to
right?
tell you. And carve the punk? No
And
way.
carve the
There's no way.
pumpkin. No. Okay, there it says there's a YouTube video of it. It was posted 2 days ago. I'm just gonna quickly go through it here, but it's like a weird cartoon talking about it, so I don't know. It looks just like a jack-o'-lantern face, but like, how did they do that in 16 seconds? Let's go to the Guinness Book of World Records. They'll let us know for sure. Fastest time to carve a pumpkin in 2013. It says, yeah, 16.47 seconds. He did it on the morning news in New York. It was required to have a complete face, including eyes, nose, and mouth. But again, it doesn't even have a picture on it on the Guinness Book of World Records website. So I don't know. I don't know if I believe it.
Hmm.
Stupid. Or it was probably
Skeptical,
just
yes.
like whipped together. But,
Like you could carve. I think you could carve the face in that amount of
I,
time. You
not
just
me.
jab it, a bunch of times,
Yeah.
and you can do that. But to carve out the whole pumpkin,
Seems fairly impossible.
I don't think you could do it. I don't think
Right.
so.
Yeah, right.
And empty all the seeds and the mush that's in there. I don't know.
Hmm.
I find that out. I have to
Right.
see it.
Have to see it. All right. Well, you take us in here to. Oh no,
No.
is it me? Me two back to back. Well, what do you
Yes.
know? Okay.
There's a reason for it.
Oh, there's a reason for it. Okay. Today is a bunch of celebrities' birthdays. Again, it's funny that I do these celebrity pieces, even though I hate most of them. But I mean, I'm giving the people what they want, and that's celebrity information. So today on celebrity birthdays, and we can do yours and Kenny's thing, who's the most
Oh, absolutely. I was
famous
going to tell
of
you
the group.
anyway.
Okay. So turning 61 today is comedian Rob Schneider.
Oh,
I actually really like him. I hated him, but now he's pretty outspoken and I like that. So,
yeah. I didn't like him at all. I didn't
I
like
mean,
him
he's not a good
before,
actor
during,
by
and
any
after.
means.
I
He's
don't
not a
think
good
he's funny.
actor, but yeah. Vanilla Ice is 57 today. Rip Van Winkle. No, what's his
Yeah.
name?
See,
Robert Van Winkle?
I was
Richard Van
thinking
Winkle?
of doing a top five for Vanilla Ice, but he only has one song. So,
Poor guy. Yeah, but he's got that renovation show on HGTV. So
oh
that's
yeah.
what he's famous for.
Mm.
Willow Smith, again, celebrities nobody cares about. Will Smith's daughter, Willow, 24 years old today. Christopher Columbus was born on this day in 1451.
Yeah, another fraud.
Well, I mean, most
He's a
history is
fraud.
fraudulent. Yes. John Candy,
There we go. Now we're
1950.
talking. He should have been
Yes.
the first on the list.
Well, I just wrote them down as I
Or
read them.
last on the list. You saved the best for last, right?
Right. I guess I know who your choice is. Uh, Dermot Mulrooney is 61 today. I like him. He's a good actor. Michael Landon
Oh,
of
God.
Little House on the Prairie was born
He
in
cried in every
1936.
episode that he's ever
Yeah, of
played on
course.
TV.
Of course.
And that
Uh,
includes the other show.
which was his other show? I don't remember that
That
now.
angel thing there. He was an angel or something, and he
Like
cries on that one too.
Touched by an Angel? Was he on that one?
Yes, yes, I believe so.
No, no, he died in 91. So that was before Touched by an Angel.
Oh, well, it
Now I
was
don't
some
know.
angel.
How did he die? I'm trying to remember now. Let's look it up.
Probably
We need
cried
to
to
know.
death.
Illness and dehydration. Wow. Wow.
Oh, that was
Oh,
great.
hilarious.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Hilarious. Yeah, pancreatic cancer, not hilarious.
No.
But yes, that's what he died of. But he was pretty young too, only 54 years old. That's
Yeah, he
terrible.
was young.
Let's find this show where he was it a TV show where he was an angel?
Yes. Yes.
Mm, Highway to Heaven. I'm guessing that's it. He
Oh,
was
that's
in
what it was. Highway to
111
Heaven.
episodes. I don't even know that. He was in quite a few
Yeah.
things, though. Anyway, Michael Landon was born this day in 1936.
Yeah.
Nick
Oh, he's a good
Saban.
actor.
I wrote this one down for you. Nick
Nick
Saban.
Saban, the coach.
Yes, 72 years old today. I had no idea who it
Really?
was, but I
Oh,
knew you would know who it was. That's why you made my
yeah.
list.
Yep.
Letitia Wright. She's an actress in Black Panther, is what she's known for.
Oh,
31 years
okay.
old today. Piper Perabo, another actress. She is 48 today. She was actually in Yellowstone, but she was known for Coyote Ugly.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson of the
Oh,
LOTR
oh,
franchise. Ugh, I know. Ron's getting
brilliant.
real excited over here.
Brilliant.
63 years old today. I actually thought he
Awesome.
was older than that.
Now it's a game. Now it's a game.
Now it's a game. There's a lot of big birthdays here. Adam Horovitz, he is from Beastie Boys. He is 58 today.
That's a
Which
good
is
one too.
crazy because between Peter Jackson and Adam Horovitz, there's only 5 years, but they look like they could be 40 years apart in
Yeah.
age. And finally, the last one I wrote down, Eddie K. Thomas is 44. He was known for American Pie. I think he was Shipwreck on American Pie.
Oh, okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he's 44 years old today. So,
Oh,
that is
wow.
that is the list. There was tons of,
Yeah,
like,
see, now this is a tough one.
YouTubers
I'm
and
torn
TikTokers. Yeah, who do you think? I'm
because I'm
gonna
a
go with
Beastie Boy fan
yes.
and I love Lord of the Rings. And then there's
Mhm.
John Candy, a legend.
Mhm.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Who
still
is
gonna
it?
go with John Candy. I'm still
John
going
Candy.
John
Okay.
Candy.
I'm gonna go with Rob Schneider. He's fun. I like him. Okay. That was wrong. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, no, everybody's got
We're,
taste.
we're entitled to our opinions. Oh,
Everybody's
hilarious.
got taste.
Hilarious. Okay,
His
in
mom likes him too.
yeah, she does, I'm sure. He's all right. Adam Sandler likes him as well. So,
Yeah, that is true. All
which
right,
makes
so
me
Ron's top five,
wonder.
right?
Yes, Ron's top 5. I was just going to say, it makes me wonder when you have a very outspoken, uh, leaning one way politically friend in a celebrity group, are you is everyone in that celebrity group leaning the same way? Because you don't hear about the political affiliations of that group. Adam Sandler,
Look, I
Kevin
have a
James.
friend that completely leans one way,
Yeah,
and I'm about as independent as anybody
right.
is.
Yeah, you're a
I
centrist.
don't. First of all, I don't like politicians, period.
Right.
But he leans way, way over on one side,
Mhm.
and um, I remember he always wanted to talk about politics, and I was like, "Look, I don't want to talk politics with you."
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
"You can talk about anything else,
Mhm.
no politics, right?"
Yeah.
And still a great friend. So
Okay, that's good.
he doesn't cross over that line anymore.
Yeah.
And
One of my
it's a
husband's best friends has a very different view than him, and I've seen them in screaming matches, but they're like the best of buds. But
yeah,
for
yeah,
me,
politics is
I don't
bad.
like it. I cut out people that I don't align with. So, anyways,
So,
your top 5 John Candy movies. That's a
John
great list.
Candy, man.
That's a great
Look,
list.
first of all, his last name is Candy.
Perfect.
So I'm guessing it's a stage name.
Do you think? I'm
And
gonna look it up
I
while you're
bet
chatting.
you, I bet you because he was born on Halloween, that's why he chose Candy as his last name.
Yeah, maybe. Hey.
Because there's no way it's that coincidental. There's no way.
No, he was born John Franklin Candy.
Really?
Yeah,
On Halloween?
yeah, that's right.
That's
That's
crazy.
interesting. Yeah. And do you know that he's a Canadian?
Yes, I did know that.
Toronto, and he was only 44, 43 when he died.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
terrible.
Way too young.
I remember when that happened. It was right after I moved to Alberta, like a week after I moved to Alberta,
Now,
and
you
it's sad.
think about how young he was, 43, right?
Yeah,
How many movies did this man make?
right.
I mean, the
Mhm,
list goes on. I was trying to write down all the ones that are good and then decide which ones to do.
mhm.
And I'm like, how the hell do I decide?
No, you don't.
I had such a hard time with this. I have like 50 honorable
Oh my
mentions.
gosh.
Not quite that many, but I mean, he's done so much
So
in such
many.
a short span of
Totally.
time.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Did you know
mean,
that he was a co-owner of the Toronto Argonauts CFL team?
it's not a surprise. It's not a
Yeah.
surprise. He's done so much in that short period of time,
Mhm,
and it's amazing the time he spent doing all these things.
mhm,
And how did he get through it all?
mhm. Right.
You know, and maybe that's why he died at a very young age.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Heart
he
attack.
just worked himself to death.
Yeah, and, I mean, he weighed over 300 pounds. I
I
mean,
know.
that's not great. He was a binge eater, it said.
Didn't live a
He
healthy lifestyle.
no, I think he drank too. He had severe anxiety and panic attacks and
Yeah.
smoked a ton. Cocaine, well, so, I mean, his heart was a ticking time bomb, so, like, no surprise. It's just sad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a surprise,
No.
but what is a surprise is all his work was
Mhm.
just like movie after movie after
Yeah,
movie. They were
I can't wait
so
to hear it.
good, so funny. And I had to break this down to my top 5, which was nearly impossible because I left off movies like Armed and Dangerous, which was absolutely hilarious. Spaceballs, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, 1941, National Lampoon's Vacation, he was in, and I had to leave that off.
Vacation.
Splash with Daryl Hannah,
Yeah, yeah.
Brewster's Millions with my favorite comic, Richard Pryor. I
Oh,
had to
okay.
leave that off the list, and he was with Ali Sheedy in Only the Lonely.
Mhm.
I mean, he was fantastic. He always worked. Um, my number 5, The Great Outdoors.
Oh, okay.
Great movie that was with Dan Aykroyd. Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's so
Another
good. It's
Canadian
so good.
legend. Yes.
Yep. Yep. Number 4, Summer Rental, where
Oh, I don't know that one.
he goes on a summer vacation. He gets a boat and he
I'll look that
races a
up.
boat against some rich guy,
Okay.
and wins and stuff like that. So, funny movie, great,
A
great
rental.
movie, great
Okay.
cast. Number 3, Uncle Buck.
Great movie. I'm surprised that's
Oh,
not number one. That's a great movie.
I had a hard time with this. Let me tell you, I'm not
Mhm.
sure this is all perfect either. Number 2, I have Home Alone.
Yeah.
He was in it for a short period of time,
Gus
but it was
Polanski,
legendary.
Polka
Yes.
King of the Northwest.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome. So, and the movie was great too.
Great.
So,
Best.
number 1,
I know what number one is.
what do you think number 1 is?
Cool Runnings, man.
No, not even
Really?
close.
What?
Not
Great
even
movie.
close. I didn't even write that one down. It was okay. I liked
No,
it,
it's a great
and
movie.
it was a funny movie.
Yes.
But number 1 is Stripes. Oh my
Oh,
god, that
okay.
movie is
Yeah.
fantastic. Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Yeah.
He was
Awesome.
like a character in that troupe, and
Mhm.
he was funny. Ox played Ox in that
I'd have to
movie.
watch that again. It has been many, many years since I've
Love that.
watched.
That's one of my top 5 comedies of all time.
Oh, really? That good, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm
Yep.
gonna have to watch it. I need
I
something
love it.
fun to watch. I did like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
It actually said
Another
on
great one,
Wikipedia
right?
that he lost
You
100
know,
pounds for that movie.
he was in 1941 National. I said Vacation. He was in Heavy Metal. I mean, he's Canadian Bacon. You didn't even mention Canadian Bacon.
I don't know that one.
Gotta see it.
I do have to
Gotta
see
see
it.
it.
Trying to see what else he's in
Volunteers with
here.
Tom Hanks. He was in
Mhm.
that.
Rescuers Down Under. He was the voice of
Oh yeah,
Wilbur.
yeah.
Interesting.
There's so many. There is so
So many.
many.
I think like Uncle Buck is such a good movie though. I think that one has to be
It is.
the
It's like
top
I
for
said.
me.
Like these are great movies,
Mhm.
and it's hard
Mhm.
to list them in order. But I do like Stripes out of every one of them.
Yes,
So
of course.
the rest you can mix and match, and you can throw them where you want to throw them. Uh, but John Candy was amazing. He was such a
Yes, he
talent.
was.
And once I saw that, I had to do it.
I
I
had
had
to
to
throw
do
you
both.
on mute. My dog was freaking out. See, this is what happens when a doorbell rings. Now imagine that 5,700 times in a night. No, thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to
That,
have a dog, and he used to howl. We didn't
oh.
have a doorbell, so people would knock on the door and yell.
Oh, what kind of dog was it? Like a beagle or
It
something?
was a mutt, like part collie, part German Shepherd, part
Oh,
husky,
oh, those are
probably
all
part
mental
beagle,
dogs.
probably a whole bunch of things, right?
Well, a collie, a German shepherd, and a husky, they're all mental dogs. If they're not working, they're crazy. My
Yeah.
mom and dad
So
have a
he was
collie, and
like
we
the
have a German
best dog.
shepherd.
He
Crazy.
was the best dog.
Aw.
Best dog.
No.
So
That's
that
a great
is
list.
Ron's top 5 John Candy movies. I
I love
love.
it. Yeah. Great list. Great show. It ended on a hopeful kind of, or like a happy note because it was pretty dark
Yeah.
there for some of it, but
Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely was.
amazing. Well, thank you to everybody who was here watching. Please check us out again. What day? Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, with you and Kenny Boy, and
Oh yeah.
and then we'll be back next week, probably Monday. or Tuesday. I
Hopefully
don't know what's
Monday.
Mhm.
We have a couple of people out lately,
Yeah.
so it's
Mhm.
been a little sporadic. We had Chanel who was doing a film festival, and
Mhm.
then now she got ill. That's why I'm here today. You know, and I was going to come on to do the last fun facts anyway, but
Perfect.
um, you know, and we got. I know next week Tuesday we'll have Ira with you
Yeah,
again.
Mr. Ira. Yeah, that was a good one. I liked
Um,
that.
So
Yeah,
hopefully Susan comes back to us as well,
that's right.
and because she's had some family issues, so we
Mhm.
wish her and her family well, and
Mhm.
hopefully we see her soon too.
Yeah, for
And Rick
sure.
is like at some conference with his
His
the
business.
shark
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff,
Stuff.
sharking it out,
That's right.
sharking. So
Sharking. That's
hopefully
right.
everybody gets back to us, and everybody have a happy Halloween. Be safe out there.
Yes, be safe. Check for razor blades and needles in your candy
If
because
you
that's a
need
thing.
somebody to test your candy, just give me a call.
That's true. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Have a great
All
day.
right. Take care.